Right, today's song is about regret. I don't know it very well, can't remember who it is. I did look it up, but I can't remember who it is that sings it. It's not a group I know. So 9th of March 2026, which is the Hermit. So it's your life purpose really, where you set out on a pilgrimage, maybe to in Mercury retrograde, to right a wrong, a regret that you have. Let's see. Saturn the Truth, 8th house of Scorpio, death and rebirth, and there's Scorpio again. So they're still banging on about it, aren't they? Some of you are very slow at ending so that you can make a new beginning. Some of you will never come out of that, but they won't bang on about it unless it's important. So some of you out there need to know that it's time to be aware that you're not alone. So there is a lot of new ones lately, that you never walk alone, that spirit will always walk beside you in flesh, sending somebody in flesh or spirit. You never do it alone, but they can't make decisions for you. So it's grandparents, usually the ancestors. It's the Buddha card. He walked away from the palace and all his family, turned his back on everything he'd ever known or believed to be true to follow his true life purpose. And that may be what you have to do, and that's why some people never do it. So, number 9 then. I think it's Virgo energy, and we're starting with the Virgo energy there. So, we need Scorpio energy. Scorpio is the only water sign that thinks it's a fire sign. We don't want to be looking back unless we're putting something right. You can revisit something to put it right, but you cannot start something new till after the retrograde, which is 20th. But it usually has a bit of a shadow period that kicks the doors on the way out. So a couple of days after could be. I haven't seen him yet, so we must have passed him by. Let us have a look. So regrets, it's passed us by, or so we think it's passed us by. There's the famous one that says that is, there he is. It's Frank Sinatra, isn't it? I did it my way. Regrets, I've had a few before this. So somebody may be thinking that this is their final curtain and they need to put something right before the past. It could be that this happened to you or will happen to you. So we're looking for Scorpio in the chart. We've got Scorpio moon. Well done, Spirit. We've got Scorpio in the descent, and it is in the 7th house of partnerships. So it's about reproductive organs and shared resources. And Saturn is about the truth. The truth must come out. Saturn is in Aries. So there's an Aries energy. It's passion. It's your force, your wand, what you take action on one day. A message, a communication, the postman, a gift, someone in uniform, earthy energy, or the beginnings of financial repair. Things improving financially. People in uniform of immature energy. people in uniform of a dark complexion, children or immature adults. But it is a good news arriving, a gift or a present, a victory after a battle. 6 days. Love re-enters the building, but there's no commitment as yet because someone is not open to it. There is a confused mind. Someone's masks have been ripped off. Lies, deceit, theft, communication, Gemini energy, children, siblings, criminal activity. The honeysuckle, the passion flower. So there is a passion here, number 1 or 28, Doris or Martin, some mental illness, mind games, criminal activity. Somebody is lying, thieving, deceiving, criminal activity. And you must turn your back on everything you've ever known or believed to be true to follow your true life purpose. The snakes, 2 people born in a snake. Do not sacrifice your happiness for others. Put your boundaries in place and learn to say no. Somebody here is possibly going to prison for their criminal activity, and so everything is suspended. It's being a victim, playing the victim, or being a martyr, doing things that you don't really want to do just to keep the peace, or thinking that it will get you somewhere. That isn't going to work. You must turn your back on that and shine a light on what's been going on. So 1 and 28, 9 and 27 is today's card, and the number 12. So Paul, Doris, Martin, Stephen. Then we've got Millie, we've got Mike, we've got Darren, we've got Walter, we've got Julie, Susan. 9 or 27 is today's card. Yeah, the letter D, a heavy burden, 10 days. Something that you are carrying around that's probably not even yours to carry. Yeah, there it is again. So they've given us every card we need for this story. There is something to do with children, siblings, school days, the past, mental illness, mind games, but above all it's criminal activity. People lying, deceiving and trying to thieve from you. It is negative energy that you do not need in your life. 1 in 28. Yeah, you need a new team. You need to build a new firm foundation elsewhere for yourself. If you start any new business or any new enterprise or new relationship, whatever it is, in the next 3 years it will profit you. You are banging your head against a brick wall and you have to stand up for yourself. You go to battle because you will win this. Victory will be yours. So stand up for yourself. Don't let people walk all over you. Because there it is again. Today's card, they don't do that for no reason. You must turn your back on everything. All the bribes, all the things that they promise, all the things that mean nothing to follow your true life purpose. And if that means going without, you'll have to go without. But you will find no happiness there. Temptation. 9 or 27. It's about your spiritual path, about fond memories of the past, childhood, grandparents, whatever it is. There will be no apology, nor should there be. Hell will freeze over first. And if that's you, then you have good reason maybe. And if it's another and you feel it's unjust, then that's their issue, not yours. Move on. Terrorist attacks, those of a dark complexion, those in uniforms, those simply with a scar on the leg, the limp or the amputation. This is Virgo energy all over this. Virgo and Gemini. So it's hospitals, health matters, communications, and lies, deceit about it. We've got a dark night of the soul moment because of this sacrifices, or the prison that we were put in, or someone is being put in. Nothing can be conceived because you keep making that tunnel longer. That dark tunnel is longer. It doesn't need to be. You must tread very, very carefully right now. Something positive will happen in the next 8 days. Keys to the solution. Someone will take action in the next 8 days. So uniforms all over this. Earth signs, especially Virgo. And children. Yeah, no apology needed. Don't apologise for being you. Spirit are giving you the gift. A gift of a seed that should you choose to take it and nurture it, it will grow. Mercury retrograde. They think they've got you over a barrel. They will financially, emotionally, spiritually, mentally or physically blackmail you into submission. You have a choice to make. Are you going to be their doormat or not? Don't be in denial. Don't protect others. And don't wait till you show you facts. Because somebody will be found out for their lies, their deceit, behind your back, theft. Somebody taking credit for what you've done, and they will be found out. And then you can start your new life purpose. A new chapter. The fool's journey begins again. A new cycle in your life where you will be transformed. 22. Katie and Zoe. Richard. London. The Lord Mayor. A new path. Yeah. There is a passing, a death, an ending, where it is an end to pain, physical and emotional. Enough is enough. I'm done. So it's time to turn your back on it. And possibly a house move, a celebration, a wedding, something positive comes after it. Where there is a fire in the hearth, food on the table and a welcome at the door. But you have enemies, and those enemies may well be yourself or the enemy within, the Trojan horse, Helen, and you will not believe it, but today's card is the bottom of the deck. So you must turn your back on everything you've ever known or believed to be true to follow your true life purpose. It is also 9, 9, 9. Emergency number, so hospitals could be a visit. 999, 27, 27, 27. But 999 means an emergency, perhaps, but it is a positive outcome. Even if that is a passing, because it's an end to pain. So 999 is, and for those of you in the States who maybe don't know, but 999 is our emergency police number. So, don't live in regret. Make sure you tell the ones you love how much you love them before it's too late. Never leave the house without saying it. There's the snakes. He has 2 of them. It is about the reproductive organs, cemeteries, labour wards, ancestral property, the colour black, interaction, shared resources, birth, death and rebirth, a regeneration, sexual unions, integration, inheritance and other people's money, metaphysics. This is about self-awareness and expanding your state of consciousness. It's what's inherited. It's also connected to sexual unions. So, Saturn in Scorpio. Shadow. This placement has strongly controlled or repressed emotions, highly secretive and reserved, yes, very secretive, the secrets here, and is resentful and extremely slow to forgive. They will never forgive. Hell will freeze over fast. This person, either in the living or spirit, is not going to forgive, and maybe you will never forgive. Who knows, but don't live in regret. Don't live in regrets. Someone in spirit maybe regrets trusting people in the living to do what they would have wished. Pisces energy is in the negative. Gemini in the negative. Virgo is positive. Yeah, the number 10, the trees, the tree spirits. You have to be strong and grow and be stable. And that three of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles brings you stability. They want you to be stable. So that may mean stable in mind as well. So Oscar could be an important, possibly Richard and Jacqueline. This is strength and groundedness. You need to get grounded. That's what the earth signs are about. They teach us to grow in a sustainable manner. Slow and steady will win the race. They never rush anything, and if they come across obstacles, they simply work around them to overcome. So call on the tree spirits to help you learn to slow down, to grow your business sustainably. There we are. Take that seed and grow it sustainably. Or do things in a sustainable manner. Those that don't burn you out. Call on them when you feel vulnerable or overwhelmed and ask for their strength, healing and guidance. They will never let you down. You need to sit under a tree. You maybe never have before, but it's simple to connect. Sit in their presence and ask for their help. Find pictures, images. We have the acorns and the acorn leaves all the time. But sometimes just sit within the boughs of a tree, just sit under it and let your eyes close. Take notice of the images and pictures that come into your head. Sometimes a full story, like a daydream. By drawing this card, the trees are reaching out to you. Is there a tree that you can sit under, or one that you've planted for a loved one? Can you go to botanical gardens or somewhere quiet with trees? But you must be present in your life and with the trees. Whatever they're trying to tell you right now, they always work from a place of calm and quiet. They move slow and steady, and this itself may be the answer you seek. They are like the legendary wild tree of many different civilizations. Number 21. It keeps the worlds from being worlds bound together. If we were to cut down every tree on earth, the links would be severed. The veil is thinning. Find places where you can plant trees. Be active in your community and look after the trees that you have around you. So maybe Spirit was a gardener and they see that there's a problem with a tree. They want us to consult the Celtic tree calendar, so we will. Not gonna go too far into it, but we'll see. A rowan tree or rowan tree. Lewis. The name Lewis. Protection. Expression and connection. So the connection is there with the Gemini energy. Rowan tree. PC Rowan, so the police officer, could be important. heartbeat, so a heart attack. And the number 25, vehicles. Your body is a vehicle. So, a quickening. Perhaps somebody is 12 weeks on with the pregnancy. The second moon, so the number 2, the tip of the index finger, which is Capricorn. So all the earth signs are mentioned. The colour is grey. The stone is yellow crystalline, green beryl and yellow topaz. The bird is the duck, the lucky duck. The goddess Bridget, the one that I've started this page on, 2nd of February. The 3 faces of the goddess, the virgin, the maiden and the mother. So the maiden, the mother and the crone. Black bark, the old wise woman, the crone. Our favourite, number 6, who chucks you off a cliff and makes your wings on the way down. Vesta, so lighting a match. That's where we started, with the flaming torch. Delight of the eye, sustenance of cattle. Clematis, which we've got there with the gardener with the thingy, and the elm. It's the mountain ash, so the name ash could be important. Drive horses and cattle, so those born in the year of the horse, the year of the ox, and Taurus. Ward off evil influences. The ancient people called it Lewis. Delight of the eye. It will sustain and extend life. Special insight, so you will see things more clearly. Protection against enchantments, so the magician's magic doesn't work on you, the masks are off. It provides forewarning for things of which we are not aware, the things we don't know about that will be found out. Lewis tells us to look within, which is what today's card's all about. Go deep within and seek the insight necessary to overcome your problems. A vast sea of flooding vitality waiting to be tapped. Know that there may be some flooding, but this state will only be temporary. Your challenge is to avoid being overly influenced by others' outside forces. O rowan tree, thou I be dear to me, entwined thou art with money ties, a home and infancy, childhood. Thy leaves were I the first of spring, so the 1st of March. Thy flowers the simmer's pride. There was nae sic a bonny tree in all the countryside. O rowan tree, how fair wert thou in simmer time, with its clusters o' white. How rich and gay thy autumn dress, with berries red and bright. On thy fair stem were mony names, which now near me I see. So many people passed over, the ancestors, but they engraven on my heart, forget their name can be. O rowan tree, we sat beneath thy spreading shade. The bairns around the ran, they put their bonny berries red, and necklace they strang. Me mother, oh I see her still, she smiled our sports to see, with little Jeanie on her lap and Jamie on her knee. So the name Jeanie and Jamie. A rowan tree, oh Nicholas, oh there arose my father's praise in holy evening calm. How sweet was then my mother's voice in the Martyr's Psalm. Martyr's Psalm could be important, so see if you can find the Martyr's Psalm and read it. Now again we meet no more beneath the rowan tree, but hallowed forts around thee twine a home and infancy. So keep that, the happy times of your infancy. The red berries used to trap birds, and the northeast, a lake upon a plain, floods, definitely, and disasters. Growth and abundance through turbulence. The most famous version of the myth in Celtic tradition is the Irish story of the Well of Sigaz. Growing around this well were 9 hazel trees of wisdom, whose nuts fell in the water and gave it quality of divine illumination, so insight, much sought after by those seeking wisdom. Then the goddess Bone decided she wanted to drink from the well to increase her power, so that magician wanted more power. Or that female, that thief, that martyr, that Pisces. She came secretly, so she tried to steal it, but the well exploded in the land, so she got nothing for it, flowing from the sea to the river, later named Boyne, which was thought to contain her spirit ever since, so it got her nowhere. Through this story, rather than being a tragic victim, Bone became the nurturing, life-enhanced goddess of the people. So don't be a victim, and don't be the martyr. Imbolc, Bridget, honour, truth, fertility, healing. Fire in water. An ending of winter, heavy rains. Soon giving the earth signs of spring and bulbs pushing up. Cyclic energy. There we are, we're starting a new cycle, a new journey. Coming out of the darkness as with Scorpio and preparing for the new growth. The full moon, don't know when that is, we'll have to have a look. We may allow the well of our emotions to spill over and observe how to loosen our hearts, to open up, to bring us through a period of fertile growth and possibility. It is time for a thaw. Release our spirit and find new growth and exhilaration in fresh life-bringing waters. I'm not going to read that, but the duck is important. So the lucky duck, remember? And topaz, which thankfully, thanks to Elaine and Kristen, we've got more crystals that can... this is a yellow topaz there. Or... metaphysical, so spirit. Topaz clears and heals your auric body, so healing or spells. Brings back the balance. Topaz can protect, it shields our auric energy from negative influences, which is exactly what we need. Topaz soothes and calms the nervous system and neutralizes the distracted influences, making you feel more at peace. Find your path and follow your goal. Pierce the gloom of uncertainty and illuminate the way to success. There's your success. So no regrets. It's beneficial to the nervous system and the blood. It can reduce stress. That is the root of the cause of many ailments. It also is the zodiac sign of Aries, which we've already had mentioned, Gemini, which we've already had mentioned, but also Leo. Water, drink plenty of water. The River Seine in Paris, or Sacred Holy Waters. Flowing like a river to the sea. Oh, here we go. We're starting it again, aren't we? We're not going to say what that means. Love flows through you and it flows through me. There's no love with that chant, is there? Water also figured highly in the pagan cluster, the living river action during protests. And we'll get into it, aren't we? We see that our lives, our communities, the health of the earth ecosystem, the culture of the indigenous people, and the dreams of children are too important to be subsumed to profit. Another world is possible, a world of justice, of freedom, ecological balance, and true abundance. We will make it real. Although the negotiators believe they have fenced out dissent, we believe that they have walled themselves in. We intend to liberate them so that they can hear the voices of the people, the land, and the waters. Well done, Spirit. Bridget is a goddess found in many mythologies, including those of Ireland, France, and Wales, so those places could be very important. Because she exists in so many different cultures, Bridget has literally never-ending list of names. Briosette, fiery arrow, there we go. Bridget is symbolised by fire, flames, and the hearth. She is also symbolised by water, cauldrons, and grain. Bridget's wheel, number 10. Bridget's bed, creatures, a white cow, Taurus and the ox, with red ears and a swan, Aquarius. Also by talisman, the spinning wheel. Bridget is the goddess of inspiration, smiths, so the name Smith, and blacksmiths and jewellery smiths, healing, poets, poetry, which is Pisces, creative prophecies, the arts, healers, medicine, spiritual healing, fertility, land and cattle, Venus. Though best known as Brigid, another name for her is Ceridon, and we know she left others to do her work and then blamed them when it didn't go her way. The famous magician Taliesin, but he's not, and he can't do everything, and separate cultures. Our Lady of the Shore, for the shore is magical. The place of the Celts. Our shores. Bridget is also known as a two-faced one. Somebody's mask is being taken off. The mystery of Bride is to be found in the annual transformation of Cailleach, the Hag of Winter, into the fair maiden of spring. Bridget is the goddess of arts and crafts. She represents the potential of all women, for she is the external flame that burns in the heart and hearth of everyone there, home and hearth. Finally, Bridget presides over the cradles of newborn infants. It is a common practice for the woman of the Isles to hang a rowan cross over their cradles whilst reciting a charm of prayer to invoke protection. I went into the hazel wood because a fire was in my head. Somebody's head's on fire. They're very angry. I cut the peeled a hazel wand and hooked a berry to a thread. And when the white moths, I looked for the white moths, were on the wing, the moth-like stars were flickering out. I dropped the berry in a stream and caught a little silver trout. When I laid it on the floor, I went to blow a fire aflame, but something rustled on the floor and someone called me by my name. It became a glimmering girl with apple blossom in her hair, who called me by my name and ran and faded through the brightening air. So escape. Though I am old and wandering through hollowed lands and hilly lands, the hermit, I will find out where she has gone, and kiss her lips and take her hand and walk among long dappled grass and pluck till time and times are done the silver apple of the moon, so the full moon, the golden apple of the sun. And a silver shape like his early love doth pass upborne by her wild and glittering hair, and when he wakes on the fragrant grass he finds night is day. Hail to thee, blithe spirit, bird thou never wert, that from heaven or near it pourest thy full heart in profuse strains of unpredicated art. Look, nymphs, shepherds, look, what sudden blaze of majesty is that which we from hence descry, too divine to be mistook. This is she, to whom our vows and wishes bend. Here our solemn search hath end. Mark what radiant state she spreads in circles round her shining throne. Our Queen, Elizabeth Parks, shooting her beams like silver threads, like this is she alone, sitting like a goddess, bright in the centre of her light. There you go. So something's going on, isn't it? I'm not going to speculate. I'll leave that to you. So this is going to be a long one, isn't it? Because regrets, we've had a few, apparently. But I did it my way. And that's what you've got to do. Do it your way. But it's not that song, it's a different one. So we're going to find out more about that song, not the Frank Sinatra one. Yeah, it talked about Easter, when new growth is about to take place. Ostara, you are growing as a person, as a soul. There is a restaurant called Ostara in the town where I used to live, Hull. It's a very nice restaurant, actually. So, fertile egg is Ostara's symbol, the red ones especially. The festival Ostara has been changed into Christian feast of Easter. Creativity, fertility, youthfulness, children and young people, yes. Group activities, springtime in your heart. It brings the healing gift of creativity. She resurrects that which you had thought was dead in your life. Those talents, abilities, skills which you had almost forgotten, about to start to bloom again. After winter comes the spring. You may find yourself playing, experimenting and having fun. You can heal your wounded creativity by allowing yourself space and kindness. It is time to make contact with like-minded others. Find your team. Particularly helps mothers and protects children. She blesses your womb with health and brings you luck. If you draw this card, you can look forward to feeling youthful, optimistic and energetic. I'd have some of that right now because, as you can hear, still not quite right. Not quite right at all. Synchronicity. There is sending us messages. White feathers, numerology, numbers on a clock, random events, overheard conversations, anything that you think, well, that was weird. It is not weird, it is spirit. There is no such thing as chance in our incredible universe. The coincidences and synchronicities are carefully orchestrated by your guides. So recognize them as the hand of spirit, because they're going to give you a gift and you've got to accept it. So they're trying to bring it to you, but you may not see it if there's two gifts. One there. Where's that? Here's the coin. The gift. They keep giving the gift. I've lost it. But there is one. I know there is. There it is. Two gifts of passion and stability. Recognize them as the hand of spirit. Look, a gift. Rejoice when you notice them, for they are your angels' messages that you're on the right path. Start to expect them and look for them. Be aware that there is a divine reason behind them and consider what the message or the lesson is. So if you see a white feather when you're on your way to an interview, know that it's a good thing. Whether or not you get the job, because spirit are with you. Maybe that job wasn't right with the right team, but the next one will be. Synchronicity is also a reminder that all things happen in their time, not yours. So there's no point stamping your feet. All things work with divine timing. Absolutely. So, it may take years, it may take weeks. Either way, they know when it's best for you, when you're ready to turn your back on all the things you thought you knew. You don't know everything. And there's the deer and the oat. It is time to heal. And there is Ostara with her deer. It's very, very important. The number 15. It could be a toxic situation. It could be something that you need to free yourself from. 15. Capricorn. Lee, Ashley, healing. The shy and gentle fallow deer is known for its white spots and broad velvety antlers. It sheds and regrows each year, so you need to shed a skin. Similarly, oats are a symbol of restorative nutrition. Even in poor soil, oats can flourish, providing hearty sustenance. And if you've got rashes on your skin, rubbing oats on your skin is supposed to be able to calm that down. Rest and recharge, moderation and mindfulness, slow and steady, are key to your recovery. They're chowing at me now, aren't they? From trauma or a period of intense exertion, you need to rest and recharge. What practices nourish your soul? So, thanks for listening. You take care. I'll be with you as soon as I can. Take care. Bye-bye.